welcome back to another episode of Weave Talk. Actually, welcome back to us because we haven't recorded one in such a freaking long time, and I'm excited because we don't have any topics. We're doing it live, and I'm here with my co-host, Sean.
Yeah, that's me. We're back again. In case you guys obviously
New
wanted
year, new
us to
us
come
to
back.
Weave Talk
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
whole
yeah,
year. Let's
yeah.
see if we can keep it up, or if I can keep it up actually, because I'm the issue. We know that.
Did your fans say that? I don't think I've ever
Uh,
referred to you as
what
the
fans?
issue.
It's just my cats. Every time I walk into my living room, they guilt me. It's like you haven't
Wait,
recorded Weave Talk. What
I
if?
think you need to take your pills.
Yeah.
Is what I think you need to be doing.
What if that's what I did? Turn on my TV in the living room, put Weeb Talk on so they can hear my voice while I go to work. That'd be. I'd feel bad for them.
That's
They'd be dead.
that's torture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Jesus Christ.
Anyways, it's New Year 2023. And I had the great idea to bring it back. Bring it back to the good old days when we used to talk about nothing and do it again. I like talking about nothing like we normally do.
Yeah. So what kind of nothing topics do we want to talk about today?
I don't know. Is there any good games releasing? I've been playing a lot of Core Keeper, which has been really fun. That game is a lot longer than I thought it was when I made the commitment to beat it. It is on early access, so you can technically beat the bosses and content that it has now, which is a lot. I've been playing it. I would say I've already put like 15 hours into that game, and I feel like I'm not done yet. And it's because I'm not done. That's mainly the reason. It's been really fun though. It's a really fun game. I'm glad I finally pulled the trigger on buying that, and I did because the moment that game came out, I was super interested in it. But I'm assuming that all the content that I'm faced with now, it wasn't in the game because, like I said, it is on early access. So I'm glad I picked it up now when I did during the sale, which is good. I like it. What about you? Playing anything interesting?
Uh, other than RimWorld, nope, not really. I've just been on that grind. I think
Dude,
that is now my most played game, surpassing Skyrim finally. I've been wanting it.
does
I wanted some
does
game to
it
overtake that.
does it feel like when you were addicted to Skyrim?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Just because the whole like modding scene, it's like you put a bunch of mods. I'm feeling that thing where you put a bunch of mods in, but like once you start playing, it's like, oh, it's not as fun when I was putting in the mods and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just yeah.
Do
But
you,
I'm still playing though.
was
It's
Skyrim like when you played Skyrim for that long? Was it modded as well, or just vanilla,
Oh, just heavily modded,
heavily
like mod
modded?
shit out of the game
I'm
for
surprised you didn't
sure.
buy the special edition when it came out. Do they
The
still?
special
They
edition?
yeah, like the one that's like updated graphics and stuff.
They come with it for free if you bought all the DLCs with the classic one.
Oh, did you? So you have it?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah, the special edition.
I didn't have all the DLC. See,
Now I
that's
don't have
the
the
issue.
anniversary edition if that's what you're talking about.
No, I meant the special edition, the one that comes with the updated graphics. That's the special edition. The anniversary edition,
Hmm.
something else. What's that? Is that the one that comes with all the DLC?
That too, and then they have custom mods that they just put in
Oh, that
into
sounds
the game.
really. That sounds interesting. I didn't even know there
Yeah,
was a. Well, I
I think they were
how
like
can
from
I
the
keep up with all the iterations of fucking Skyrim? Really, so I'm surprised it's not on mobile devices at this point. It's everywhere.
just wait.
Bethesda really milked that game, and they didn't for
Oh,
like even though there's so many expansions for Elder Scrolls Online, they haven't really milked that game that much as you. I mean, I get it. It's an MMO. It's gonna have expansions. That's fine. That's what those type of games do. Um, but it's just like they haven't really milked it like they did with Skyrim. They haven't put it on every platform. It's on PC and I think it's on Xbox One and PS4. I don't think it's
I mean, like
on PS5
what
and Xbox Series X,
oh,
right?
really?
I don't think so.
I'm not sure.
Not yet, at
Where else
least.
would you go from there though? It's a console game and a PC
Yeah.
game though.
Can you cross? Is there crossplay on that?
Yeah, there is.
There is crossplay.
Last time I checked. Yeah.
Do I feel like for games like that, I don't feel like the controller or controls are that great. I like the fact of like being able to turn a lot faster with just being able to do things on a mouse. I think it's a lot faster. and a lot better. I feel like it's a lot more smoother than it is on
You talking
console.
about the game or talking about the
Just the game,
controller?
just the controls in general. There's a lot
Oh,
of
okay.
games where you play on controller and it doesn't feel as good. Like I know Call of Duty and stuff, the big competitive scene is on controller, but when I play on controller, maybe because I'm out of the loop when it comes to controller, since I've been on PC for a long time now, it just doesn't feel as smooth. It feels clunky to me and it feels slow, and I just don't like it. I don't like it at all, and that's weird because I before I had my PC, I was Xbox One. I was playing Call of Duty. I was playing Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4. What's after Black Ops 4? Modern Warfare. I bought Modern Warfare on Xbox. I played it a while. My PC, I got a better PC. I bought it on there because I thought it was better on PC.
Oh boy.
I know I'm that guy. I bought it twice. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I did buy Skyrim and Fallout both on the PS3 and on PC. So I mean, I'm guilty as well for stuff like
Now,
that.
if I'm really being honest with you, I think Fallout 4 is the only game I bought on on console. I did play Fallout 3. Well, so here's the thing. When I bought my Xbox One a long time ago when the Xbox One came out, they had a deal. I bought my Xbox One not when it first came out, but I bought my Xbox One when Fallout 4 came out. They had a deal that you can get the Xbox One and it's gonna come with Fallout 4, but it also you get another free game of your choosing. So what I did is I bought Fallout 4. I bought the Xbox One that came with Fallout 4, and when the guy asked me what game I wanted, I got Black Ops 4 with it. So I got Black Ops 4, Fallout 4, and the Xbox in one like bundle for just the price of the Xbox, which was
That's
sweet. It was
that's not a bad
awesome.
deal. Yeah.
And with that bundle came a little redeemable code for Fallout 3. So it was like I got 3 games for the price of an Xbox One. It was great. I was happy. I got home, I opened it, I turned it on. I plugged I turned it on before plugging everything in. No, I plugged everything in, I turned it on, I popped in Fallout 4, installed everything that needed to be installed, and immediately I just love that game. I love the radio is what got me through the whole game because I would just sit there, and this is what like because Xbox you can plug in your headphones straight into the controller. So I sat there, I put my
Mhm.
headphones on, I would listen to the radio station from Fallout and just walk around the whole wasteland. It was great. Those were the best days of my life.
Hell yeah.
But no, New Vegas I think was the first Fallout game I played, and I didn't buy it. I think my friend had it and he lent it to me, and then he never he never like asked for it back.
So you just got a
It's
free
like
copy.
it was what it was back in those days where you can borrow for games on your. Imagine being able to do that on Steam. Hey, you want to play this game? Here, just let me just transfer it over to your account. Just give it back when you're done. Weren't you able to trade games before on Steam? I feel like that was a thing.
Not you mean like gifting or just like trading games you already
No,
played?
I think you were able to trade games on Steam. I'm positive.
I I
Let
don't
me see.
remember anything
Trade
of the sort.
games on
That just sounds
Steam.
something that was easily abused.
Yeah, friends chat, lower right corner of the window. You can find it. Want to trade with? It's tomorrow. Blah, 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 blah. Invite to trade. You used to. I don't think you can do that anymore. Yeah, see, it says how to trade Steam games from your inventory, but I don't know if that's the same thing. But I'm pretty sure you used to be able to. I don't think you can do it anymore. I think
I
they took that off.
doubt it.
But I'm positive when I first joined Steam, which was a long time ago, I'm positive you could trade games. You know how to verify your Steam account, you have to at least purchase 1 game.
Yeah, I think it's like at least $5.
Yeah, yeah.
$5,
So
something like
I never did that. The
that. Oh,
reason why I was able, my Steam account worked, was because when I made my Steam account, um, it was around. I think it was around Christmas, and Steam was giving out Left 4 Dead 2, and that counted.
that counted for
Yeah,
free?
yeah, they were giving it out for free, $0.00, and it counted and it verified my Steam account, and from then I could just do things. I can add friends and stuff. That was
Wow.
really I got really lucky. I don't think free games work like that anymore, but it worked then, and it was great. I got Left 4 Dead 2. I played the shit out of that game. Maybe not as much as CS:GO, and I bought CS:GO when it was still $15. I didn't even buy it on sale. I bought it at full price, I believe, and then it became free to play. Not everybody and their mom plays that game or has it. I don't know if they really play it as much anymore. But that's crazy. That is insane. Any games you're looking forward to this year?
Uh, I guess the new Final Fantasy, like it's made by the same director
Is it
from
16?
14. It's 16, yeah.
Damn, that's a lot of Final Fantasies.
I'm only really interested because it looks, I think, a lot. The trailer makes it a lot more fun than 15 did, and I never finished Final Fantasy 15.
I tried to play Final Fantasy 15 on my old computer when it came out because it was you could download it and play like a demo of it, and it was laggy. It was really laggy, but then again, it was good. It looked good, but it was laggy because I don't think my computer could handle that.
Yeah, it was an alright game. I just the fact that when I played it the first time, I was doing it through the Game Pass, and I played through like a good chunk of it, and
Yeah.
then I lost Game Pass, and then I bought it on sale for Steam, and then I just felt lazy. I didn't want to go through all
Through
that
everything
again.
that you had done already.
Yeah, I think it's kind of
Yeah.
boring too. I just really liked hanging out with the boys. That's all I really liked doing.
Hanging out with the boys.
The
Um,
boys.
yeah, honestly, for me, I don't think there's any. I mean, I want to play the Harry Potter game. I'm gonna buy it. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, but other than that, I don't know if it's gonna meet my expectations because I didn't buy High on Life. I played it on Game Pass, and it wasn't as fun as I initially hyped myself for. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's from the creators of Rick and Morty. I love Rick and Morty. I think it's the funniest shit ever. And the game's funny, and it's got its moments, and it has its like it has its like making fun of things. It has like making fun of real world stuff. I saw a clip the other day where this guy jumped over a wall to this side, a little thing popped up in front of him, and he's like, "Ah, speedrunner, eh?" And like it was making fun of him for like
Yeah, I
speedrunning or
saw that one
whatever.
too.
Um, Stuff like that is fun. The guy that's like sells you an alien cum and shit. It's great. I bought the alien cum. I was gonna say no to that. That's a deal. Um, but the gameplay in itself is just super repetitive and it's super boring. You go to a level, you go to a level, you learn new things, but for the most part you're running around just shooting those guys over and over again, and then you get to the thing, and then you get to some dialogue, and then you go and fight the boss, and then you're back at the house and you're doing the same thing over again with a different boss in a different place. It's I don't know. I maybe it's just me not being a big fan of that. Even though I played the Mega Man X series games, and it's basically the same thing just in 3D. You're going through a level, you're killing the same enemies. The level's a little different. You learn something new. You kill a boss at the end, and then you're back at the hub. It's but for some reason when it comes to playing it in that game, it's just not fun. It's kind of boring.
I I get that too. That's kind of why I stopped as well. But I think for me though, I really liked the guns. The guns were really fun to use. But once you kind of like it runs off that novelty, you just go back to the pistol. So that's like the most stuck around
Yeah,
one.
I unlocked two guns, right? I unlocked the I was made it to I beat the third boss and I unlocked two guns, but I felt I was just always on the first pistol. Like the other I just don't care for the other ones. I get it that they're different voice actors, but um I like the voice because he makes the voice for Morty from Rick and Morty as the first gun. And
Mhm.
I like that voice. I like the puberty like high pitched voice. For some reason I find it more I'd rather listen to that than like the other voices. You know what I mean? And maybe if I would have gone, maybe if I would have beaten the game, it would have been better, or maybe I would have enjoyed it by the end of it. But I don't know. I got to the third boss, and you have to like do the puzzles for the squid. I got to the last puzzle. I shot a couple of things, moved them around one try, just randomly, and I got it instantly. It wasn't even a challenge, which I did not
Oh yeah,
like.
that one. Yeah, that same thing here. I was like, what the fuck?
It
That
was,
was
and then
easy.
he
Shit.
went all the way through. I died at the boss. The first time I ever died in the whole game was there. I died at the boss because I was careless because I was like, this is too easy. And then I beat it, and then I was like, okay, whatever. It's like I didn't feel anything. But that's like, I feel like nowadays that's been a big issue, not just with me. I feel like just in people in general, uh, games aren't as exciting as they used to be, if you know what I mean.
Oh, that's old talk, my dude. You're growing old.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not
that's the
saying I don't want to
problem.
play video games because I'm playing Core Keeper and I'm having a lot of fun. And some games do give me some of that excitement, but I feel like I'm having more fun in Core Keeper, not Corn Keeper.
Corn
If there's a
keeper.
game called Corn Keeper out there, I'm gonna buy it. Um, no, a Core Keeper can't freaking talk. I think I'm really liking it because I'm streaming it. It has that whole element where I'll have like some people, like one or two people, pop into my stream and just talk to me about the game. Maybe like teach me something that I didn't know, or just talk in general. And it makes the game a lot more interesting and more fun. I do love the game. Don't get me wrong, but it's just the same repetitive stuff. Where like fighting bosses, collecting stuff, and getting shit done, which I think, in my opinion, and this is one thing I've learned just in general about playing video games, and I was watching this video and the guy was talking about it, is if you go into a game with the mindset and the idea that you're going into this game because there's something that you want to do, you have like a set goal, you're gonna enjoy it a lot more and play it for a lot longer. So, for example, when I played Core Keeper, um I'm going into the mindset that I'm streaming, but I'm also like in the mindset of like, okay, this time when I'm coming here, I'm gonna go and fight this boss. I'm gonna get everything ready to get to the boss and beat it. And with that, I have myself a challenge and a set goal, so I'm just pushing towards that goal. I'm not even paying attention to like what else do I have to do. It's just that straight that goal. When I play Minecraft, I'm like, I'm gonna log into Minecraft. I'm gonna join the world and I'm gonna build this thing. Before I even open the game, I already have that mindset where like I have a set goal that I'm gonna build this building and that's what I'm gonna do. So that keeps me in the game longer and it makes me want to play the game. But if I went in, just clicked Minecraft and opened it with no direction, I'm like, what am I doing here? And then I just end up closing it and doing something else. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
let me. Yeah, that's a good mindset to have for like a lot of these sandbox games where like your goal could be pretty much limitless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just in general, just any game. Say if I wanted, because there's a lot of games I have in my Steam library. If I said, if I haven't played Nier, right? I have Nier and I haven't played it. But if one day I woke up and I'm like, I'm just gonna beat the first area or the first level. I don't know that game, so I don't know if it has levels or areas. I'm gonna do that, and I click play. I will play it and I will enjoy it and I will beat that first area. But if I went into it like, oh, I need to play because I've never played it, and I open it, I'm gonna be like, I don't feel like playing this because there's no set goal. There's like no motivation to do anything because I haven't set that goal for myself. And it's
Mhm.
weird. That's what the I was watching a video the other day, and that's what the guy was talking about. And I've thought about it, and I thought about it, and then I was like, okay, let me try it. So that same day, I set myself a goal to do something in Minecraft, and I waited for the time where I was like bored and I didn't know what to do, or like I didn't know what I was gonna do that day. And then I thought about, oh, I wanted to build this thing in Minecraft. I opened Minecraft and I spent like 2 hours doing that one thing that I was gonna do. But if I would have gone into it without having that goal, I would have opened Minecraft, run around in circles. I would have been like, what am I doing? And then I would have closed the game. You know? So
Mm.
for me, that actually helps a lot to have a set goal, just in general in anything. If I decided, oh, today I'm gonna do this, and I have that goal and I do it, I feel more satisfaction than if I would have just woken up and I didn't do anything, or I did it without having that goal. I don't know, it's weird, but it's just a way to trick my own brain to get myself motivated to do something. That's why now I feel like that I've been streaming a lot more. Now setting that schedule for myself that every day from Monday to Friday, I'm gonna stream starting at 8 at some point until as long as I want to. There's no end point because I feel like sometimes streams are gonna be longer. Sometimes maybe I have to wake up early tomorrow, so I don't want to stream that long.
Mhm.
Having that set 8 o'clock time motivates me to like, oh, I better get this stuff done that I need to do, and I better eat after I get home from work. I better take a shower, stuff like that. And then as soon as 8 hits or whatever time on 8 hit, start streaming, and then I just sit there and stream. That motivated me more than to just like oh, I guess I'll stream today, and then just start at 9 or whatever time. Because before I was just sitting here with no set schedule. It'd be 9, and I'm like, I should stream something, and then I would sit there for a while, and then I'd watch a video on YouTube, and then I'd look back, and it's already like 10, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I should have streamed, but it's getting late. I don't want to stream anymore. I don't know. It's just a mental thing for me, I guess, but it really does help. I feel like it
Yeah,
would help a lot
it's
of
like
people.
the same thing I hear whenever I hear of like study tips for like college because I'm fucking lousy and I look up stuff like that. And that's like essentially they kind of mimic the same thing where you set up
Mhm.
schedules and habits and stuff, try and build muscle memory habits and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very similar. I should probably start doing that as well.
I've been trying to ever since the year started. I've been trying to improve my like not improve my whole life in general, but just improve little aspects of it. Like now that I want to stream more, I made a schedule so I could stick to that schedule. Just in general, like I'm trying to figure out how to trick my brain to stop thinking about what other people think about me. You know what I mean? Because I have a lot of a big issue where I'll get nervous because I'm like, oh, these people are watching me or these people are hearing me. They're probably gonna think I'm stupid. You know what I mean? Or like I'll walk into
Yeah,
a store by myself. I have this like thing that I hate going shopping by myself, but I'll walk into a store by myself and I'm like, these people see me that I'm alone and they're gonna judge me, or like they're just looking at me. But nobody cares. Nobody cares who I am or what I'm doing. Like nobody ever cares. But it's all a mental thing, and I'm trying to
yeah,
slowly change that because I don't care what other people are doing. Why are other people gonna care about this random stranger? You know what I mean? It's just like this weird mental block that I have in my head, and I feel like sometimes I'm just like hiding behind like this wall because I don't want to do or say things that I normally would say because I feel like people are gonna judge me for it. And even if they did, why
yeah.
does that even matter? It's crazy.
It really is. The mind is your worst enemy, as they say.
Oh, 100%. I know that. I know that too well. It's uh, too many scenarios where like if I would have just stopped my brain from like thinking all that, a lot of things would have been different. That's for sure. Not in a bad way, but just in general. Especially like when you have like anxiety or like you're stressed out. If you could just stop your brain from thinking, you'd be just everybody in general would be a lot better off for sure.
Mhm.
But yeah, 2023. It's gonna be a big year, I believe. My now since we were talking about streaming, my streaming goal is to at least this is not a big goal because I feel like setting a huge goal. It's just super how would I say it? It's super not unlikely. It's super I had the word in my head and I can't remember. But it's you know what, it doesn't matter.
Super.
Anyway, but setting like a big goal is it's just too much sometimes. But my goal by the end of this year is to at least have 10 consistent viewers on my stream. I just want 10. I don't want 100. I don't really care. If it gets to a point where it's more than 10, great. But I just want to set a goal that's possible. I don't want to set a goal that seems too hard, which is going to stress me out and then it's not going to work out. You know what I mean? But if I set that goal
Mhm.
for at least 10 people to consistently watch my stream from here to the end of the year, and I can meet that goal, that proves to me that I was able to achieve what I wanted. If it's more people, that's great. And then next year I can set up a goal for 20 people, you know what I mean, and keep going because I have my whole life to if I want to be a streamer, doesn't even mean I want to be like a professional streamer. If I just want to be a streamer and have like 100 people watch me every time I go live, I just got to work on it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen from one day to the next. Obviously, it's going to take time. And for the most part, that's how a
It's
lot
not
of
gonna
streamers
happen.
were. Ludwig, one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, he was the most subscribed streamer on Twitch, moved to YouTube. He said he streamed 3 years in a row to nobody or minimal, like a minimal amount of people. And look at him now.
What?
He's insane. So that's another mindset that I've been trying to change. Nothing happens in a day, and it's gonna take time. So just keep going until it's done.
Shit.
You good? What's going on?
Fuck, I corrupted my data with this too.
Wait, what happened? But yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to accomplish here in 2023. Any goals of yours?
Um, Not really. I want to think short term like you do, kind of like that, but like more of just something that'll actually change me, right, for the better. And I
Mm.
think one of those is just like actually talking to maybe a therapist, seeing how that works.
Mm.
Because I don't know if I've heard stories that how therapists aren't like that good, or maybe they're not that helpful. But like either way, I want to at least try.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like therapy is not for everybody. Especially, I don't think it's for me, to be honest. But also, I've only ever been to one therapist for one session. I did not like it. Maybe I just didn't like the person. Maybe I would need to find the right therapist for me. But as of now, I don't see why not. I don't see therapy's always been one of those things where it might not work for everybody, but it's not a bad idea to try because
Yeah,
there's always some benefit even if it didn't work out for you. There's always some benefit that like that you talk to somebody and you learn something about yourself or just like you realize, oh, maybe therapy's not for me. Maybe there's another way I can figure some stuff out. But maybe it is for you, and maybe you go and you actually like the therapist you end up with and you start going to them. I mean, therapy's
start
always
going to
helped a lot
them.
of people, and it's good. I wonder if therapists go to therapists. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. They just don't go to their own therapist session.
Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, that'd be weird. Imagine a therapist goes to a different therapist, and then that other therapist goes back to that therapist. They just talk. At that point,
Oh,
they're just having coffee and lunch or something. They're just
yeah,
talking
just
about
like
their
a
problems.
deep talk. Yeah,
That would be
little
that's good.
conversation between therapists.
Somebody make that an anime. I'd watch it. Uh, but yeah, I think hopefully by the end of this year, I also want to have some progress done on change. We put that off for so long that I think I really want to have some sort of something solid done by the end of this year. It doesn't mean it has to be done because that project isn't super. I don't know. I don't know what you think about it. I don't think it's super like it's not a big project by any means. It's just something that we thought about a long time ago that I really want to complete. Because once that's done, that means we can do more. You know what I mean? Once we figure out a structure to get stuff done, I feel like, and then we get change done. I feel like that opens the door for like, oh, now we know what mistakes we made, um, on planning things, on how we communicated when we did the project, and we can just, if we do plan on doing other things after that, like that top-down roguelike game,
Mhm.
once I like figure out more of the programming stuff, I feel like having a better structure would work. I was trying to find a like maybe not software, but like a website where we can go in and have like a whole it's kind of like a plan, like organizer manager type of thing, or we can just like have like little panels that say, "Oh, work on this today, work on that by the end of next month,"
Well,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
I know a couple of sites that I used to do for that.
But I couldn't find one, so if you have any, that'd be cool, because
Yeah, for sure.
I could not find that something that has like a I don't know. It doesn't necessarily have to have a checklist or anything, but something that we can just cross off stuff and we can see, oh, we did that already. It's already crossed off, so that's good. Move on to the next thing.
Mhm.
I feel like if we use that for change, we have maybe not super big deadlines, like maybe get this minimal thing done by the end of the month. If it's something that's not super that's gonna take us like all month, then we could probably get more stuff done, and by the end of the year have something. You know what I mean? Like have
Mm.
maybe not even a full game, but maybe have the first act of the game done. So enough to where like we can send it out to maybe somebody who on the Discord that wants to play it or test it out or maybe read some, see if there's any typos and stuff. That'd be kind of cool.
I'm really curious to see how far we can take it, especially since, we've been putting it off for so long.
It's
Uh,
been a long
I
time.
I I'm really how do I say this? Like, I'm really interested in it. It's just that, like, what do you say? I just think we shouldn't worry about it too much,
Hmm.
As long as I feel like we only can only do this if we really feel passionate about it, and it's like there are gonna be some days where we don't feel as passionate as we did before, and we shouldn't like worry about it. And we should just just
Yeah,
try our best
I get that. Like,
to, I guess, work on it when we do feel like working on it. Stuff.
exactly.
It's
Yeah,
not like
I feel
extra
that
job
same
thing.
too. Like, don't force it. Do it when
Yeah.
you're in the right
It's-
mindset where like, oh, I actually feel motivated to work on this. Don't be like, I don't want to work on it, but I have to. You know, it because
mm,
we're not doing this for any particular reason. We're doing this because we like visual novels. I feel like we're doing
Hell
this
yeah.
because we wanted our own story. We wanted to make our own game. And for the most part, that's how I feel about the roguelike that I want that we're gonna make. Is I don't want the roguelike to sell it. I don't want the roguelike for other people. I want this roguelike for myself. I want to have a game where I can go in, I made the game so I know what to do and I can keep adding things to it because that's how I want the gameplay to go. I don't want to make the game for anybody else. I kind of want to make it just for us. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because we can add our own ideas, we can work on it on our own pace. If we ever do have a complete game, obviously we can release it. I don't have any at this moment. I don't have any plans to charge anything for any if we ever do release a game. I don't really care. I just want to. I At that point, if it's a complete game, I'm like I want people to play it and see what they think about it. For the most
Yeah.
part, any first game that we release, if we do release a game, it's gonna suck. 100%.
Oh, for
It's
sure.
not gonna be
No
great.
way am I gonna charge that
There
either.
is
Yeah.
no, yeah, it's not gonna be a good game by any means. But if we were to make a roguelite or change and release it, and we got super positive like feedback, that would motivate us to continue make a sequel or make a different visual novel, and people would probably like it. That's all. Like for the most part, I feel like if we do make that roguelite, I want people on our Discord to play it for sure. I want C to play it just because he plays roguelikes. He likes roguelikes. He likes The Binding of Isaac. He likes Enter the Gungeon. He said he beat Enter the Gungeon. He's playing Vampire Survivor right now. Like, well, not at the
Oh
moment,
yeah.
obviously, but he's been playing it for a while. Like, it's fun to see. Just it'd be fun to hear his feedback, and it'd be kind of cool. I'm really excited for this year. Hopefully, we can get something done. Maybe just a foundation for not for the roguelite because that's gonna take a while. I don't think we're gonna have anything done by the end of the year for that game, but at least a solid foundation for Weeb Talk. Not Weeb Talk for change.
That too.
And
That too.
Weeb
That's
Talk too, yeah.
it.
For change.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good year. I know it is. Better than the last two, that's for sure. Better than the last
Hopefully.
two.
We can only hope.
Yeah, we can only hope, but we don't know how the world's gonna change. Stuff's stuff's going crazy. Did you hear about the egg situation?
The egg?
Yeah, apparently a bunch of eggs were recalled. So now eggs, all the good eggs that are being sold in stores are expensive. I heard
No.
one of my coworkers was saying that somebody told her that a carton of 12 eggs was like $8.
Jesus
I
fucking
know, and
dude.
now if you I go to I don't know about Walmart, but if I go to the supermarket that it's near where I work, a carton of eggs is like $6. It's expensive, dude. I
No.
Yeah, it's insane. And not just that, like a lot of stuff is changing. Like the gas prices haven't super gone down. I mean, they're manageable now, but it's just not the same as it used to be. A lot of stuff just in price has gone up. Dollar Tree isn't a dollar anymore; it's $1.25.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Rent goes up. It's something's gonna happen where I feel like our economy's gonna get screwed for sure. At least here in the U.S., it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real
This guy's
bad.
hoping for another recession, I see.
What do you mean? So the government can give us free money? I would love that.
Just make the prices even more higher. Oh
Oh yeah, that's probably 100% what they're gonna do.
yeah.
But I don't know. This year's gonna be good though. I know it's gonna be a good year. I feel it. I have more motivation. I have more goals in mind, and I'm curious to see what the end of this year is gonna look like. I'm curious to see where we're gonna be in change. I feel like I'm curious where I'm gonna be in my streaming. I'm curious to see where I'm gonna be in just in real life. If I'm gonna still be at the same job, or am I gonna move on to a different job? I'm curious to see if I'm gonna be living in the same space. I'm curious to see who the people around me are gonna be. I know for sure that all of you guys in the Discord, like you and C and stuff, you'll still be here. There's no doubt. but I'm curious to see if anybody's gonna change. What if like C eventually does this year move to the state that I live in, or like what if yeah, I don't know, Mark does something dumb again. But nah, no, seriously, it's gonna be. I'm positive that it's gonna be a good year. I'm really hoping it is, and I
This
think
is like the calm before the storm, like in an anime where they have like such they're having such good hopes for the future, and then the next episode is just their like family member died.
tragedy. No, don't say that. That's fucked
Uh, that
up.
that's just in a hypothetical anime. In every anime, actually.
Yeah, that's dude. Isekais have not died. They have not died. There's like 4 or 5 more isekais coming out this season. It's
My
insane.
God, dude.
And am I watching most of them? Yeah, of course. I like isekais, but they're not dying, and it's insane. Are you currently watching anything?
Currently, I just well not just, but away like a week ago. I finished the Arknights anime.
The Arc Knights anime? Nice.
Oh,
You would watch that one just because you play Arc Knights. Uh,
yeah.
I've finished 2 anime. I finished 2 anime. I finished one. There was this anime that came out last season. Actually, 2 of them came out last season. One was really really weird. I finished both of them already. So this anime was it's about a guy. It's about a guy and a girl, right? So their school has this program where it's called the marriage program. So basically, it pairs up a girl and a guy, and they have to live in this apartment for a month, for a whole month. And the girl's one of those like popular with the guys girl. She's not like a popular with the whole school girl. She's one of those like they like she's one of those like like in Japan they have like the girls that wear a lot of makeup and stuff like that, and they have like this
Mhm.
classification that they're like slutty or whatever. So she's one of those. And the main protagonist ends up with her, but she likes this other guy, and then he likes the different girl, his childhood friend. And now the other guy and the childhood friend end up being partnered together, and it's just like a whole like rom-com situation, and I really liked it. And at the end of the anime, because more anime, I feel like now more anime are starting to do the thing where like the girl realizes her feelings and starts to try to pursue the guy. Before they weren't doing that. Before there was like they both either liked each other a little bit and like they ended up together at the end, or just the guy liked the girl and the, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
So that one's cool. And then I finished this other one where it's just a guy that gets home that meets all these he meets like 5 different girls, right? On his way to school. Then he gets home and they're at his house, and apparently his dad, his mom and his dad are traveling. They found these girls, and they each one of them wants to marry him, or they want him to marry one of the 5 girls. But they're all living together, and it's just another rom com. It's kind of good actually. It was pretty funny. So it's it's good. I don't know if it's gonna be a good year for anime, and I have started watching 2 more that just started coming out, but I think it's not gonna be that bad. I don't think it's gonna be that bad like other years where it's like there was nothing good coming out and it was kind of boring. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that for sure.
I mean, I guess we can only hope, right? You're being very like not in a mean way, but uncharacteristically optimistic this time around
Yes,
in this episode.
I think that's just I'm really trying to focus on switching my mindset to be more positive and hopeful for better things. Just because I'm tired of just being that guy that I'm just for myself, just being that person that I just sit in the background. I don't do anything. I don't talk to anybody. I'm just doing my own thing. I don't go out. I don't, just that loner, like depressed self. Because I've realized that a lot of the times where I felt depressed, where I felt depressed, were because I wanted myself to be like that. Like I had that mindset, like I'm depressed, so I'm gonna be sad for the rest of the day. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy anymore. I want to see if changing my attitude and being more like optimistic for like what's to come is gonna change me, and it's gonna change my life, like my way of life and my just in general my my energy for this year. Let's see how long it lasts though. because I've been known to pick like do things and then after a while just forget and then
Mhm.
just go back to what I my natural state of being. So I'm really curious to see how long this is gonna last.
Here's hoping.
Here's hoping. I know. Ugh. What if it's a good thing? It's a positive change, and then 2024 is even better. That'd be nice.
Just like snowballs from there.
Yeah,
Get
yeah,
a good life,
yeah,
get a good
yeah,
wife,
yeah.
get a good. I said
Mm.
life already, huh?
Yeah, you get a good life. Get a good life. Get good. Skill issue.
Yeah, good in general.
You're bad at life? Nah, it's just a skill issue, man. Get good.
Yeah, I tell that to like an insane person.
But what's going on, man? I feel like I've been talking the most.
Um,
What's going on?
well, I guess when you brought up anime, I wanted to talk about this one manga that my little brother recommended to me like a few days ago, and
Ooh.
it's very weird because my little brother's cool, right? I think he's adorable and stuff, and I thought he would like he reads like very
Huh.
like popular manga and stuff, like shonen and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
But then he recommended me something that I don't need that just makes me question what he reads like
yeah.
behind closed doors. It,
Whoa, hey, you're gonna catch him in
it
you catch him in some etchy stuff, huh?
not no, not even no, it's not even
Not
that.
even
It's
that. It's a weird one. It's
not
not
even.
even an.
It's
If
just
it was that, she'd be
not an
normal, but
ecchi
he's
one. No,
not.
no, it's not. Like I can't even like. I'm only like 2 volumes into this or 2 chapters, and I still don't know what this is about. It's supposed to be like the slice of life anime, but
Mhm.
the tags before reading what's like some of them are here it is gore, sexual violence,
Whoa.
comedy,
Oh,
horror,
that's a mix of emotions
psychological
there.
romance. Like it's
Psychological
just so
romance?
like yeah, just the weirdest collection of tags. And just reading the first chapter, it's like you're on an acid trip to be fair, because the main character is just like this weird duck like shape, and around them are just regular like human beings in a high school. I think they're in middle school. I'm not really sure, but they all treat him like this normal like character, as if it's normal. And he just kind of it's supposed to be about him, I guess, because he's like in puberty, I think, and he falls in love with this like this transfer student, I think, and the people around him. He's a weird person already, but the people around him are even weirder, just because of I can't even explain it because it's like if I explain it now, it's not gonna be as effective as if you just read it. But
Mhm.
I think just saying it as an acid trip is the only description I can see it as because it
Really?
it's all it really is. If I don't know if you know of Junji Ito, but the art style really reminds
Yeah.
me of Junji. It's very
It's
creepy in
it's
a
like an
way.
Ito art style, dude. I love his art style. I'm not. I wouldn't say I've ever read any of his manga. I've looked through one of his books that my ex girlfriend bought because she was super into like horror stuff, and
Mhm.
she was into manga and anime just like I was. And she saw one of the books and she bought it. She bought, I think it was Smash. I think it's called. I think that's the one she bought. Um, and she read because that book it's just a big. It's basically like an anthology. It just has a bunch of stories in it. And one of the stories she was
Mhm.
telling me about is about this I don't remember exactly what the item was, but there was this item that made people crazy. And at some point, one girl got it and beat the shit out of the other girl with it and killed her or something, or a guy killed the girl. It was really weird and really creepy. Um, she took it when we broke up. She took it. I was hoping she would have left this because I would have kept it. Um, but it was I really love his art style. I really it's it's just so creepy and good. You know what I mean? There was a shirt that I wanted to buy that has like the girl that has like the other face coming out of her. Um,
Mhm.
but they didn't have my size, so I didn't buy it. But I really do, I really have like a respect for the art style that he has built because nobody else, like nobody else was doing that art style when he started, and now every you see that art style and you don't think about the actual artist who made that. You think about him because that's his style, even though it could have been somebody else who drew that or somebody else who mimicked the art style, and that says a lot. But yes, if it has that art style, then I'm really interested in it. Do you know the name of it?
It's called I think Goodbye or Good Night. Let me see. Good Night. Good Night Pun Pun.
It's Goodnight Pun Pun. You should have just told me.
Oh, you know that?
I don't. I've never read it. but I've had the hardest. I want to read it because Ace did tell me about it, and I've heard about Goodnight Pun Pun a long time ago. Um, I've been, you don't know how hard I've been looking for the first volume to try to just get the first volume to see if I like it because I want to buy the first volume because I've heard so many great things about it. You don't know how hard I cannot find it anywhere. I could probably get it online, but I don't want to do it. I wanted to find it at like there's this
Yeah.
like this bookstore that has it also has a used manga, but it also has new manga. And I've been looking for
Mhm.
it, but they don't have it. But yeah, if you would have just told me the name, I was like, yeah, I've heard of that. I've
I
never
thought this was
actually
just like a very
it's
niche
no, it's
manga.
not. It's actually very popular. I've never actually read it or seen
Oh.
anything. So when you described it to me, I would have never guessed because I've never opened the cover. I know what they look like, but I've never actually
Ah.
seen what the manga looks like in the inside. Um, but no, I heard great things of that. I do want to read it at some point. Uh, but that's cool. So he doesn't have bad taste. At least you know he's reading something that's still similar. It's not 100% mainstream, but it's still mainstream technically. Um, Depends on who you
That's
ask, I
fair.
guess.
I
But
guess I'm getting out of touch then.
yeah, you probably are. I feel like you should have heard about this. It's like not that it's not it's more mainstream than you would think. So I would have thought you if being from like knowing that you used to watch a lot more anime and stuff, I feel like you would have heard of it by now. At least
Well,
once.
I guess not.
I know that the like the anime man and them they've talked about it before. I don't know how often
Hmm.
you watch them or listen to their podcast, but I know they've talked about it a couple of times. That's where I first heard it from. I know. I think Joey the Anime Man. I think he was talking about it. So that's where I learned of it, and then Ace was telling me about it. He said he was reading it. So, but that description, like I said, I've never seen the inside of the like. I've seen what the covers look like, but I've never actually seen the manga itself. So when you described it, I was like, that seems kind of interesting, and it has the same art style as that guy.
I
That's
wouldn't say the same, but just like a similar vibe.
yeah, that's cool. There's
Interesting.
when you said manga, you did remind me. I am reading this manga. It's about so for people that don't know, my what I like to read and what I like to watch is rom coms. Any or any sort of romance anime. It's just I don't mind watching romance anime where the main character is a female, but I prefer where the guy is the main character, for obvious reasons because I'm a guy and I don't know, it's weird. I'm not trying to be like weird or anything, but I like romance anime and I love romance movies. I like just anything romance. I love love stories. So I'm reading this anime about this guy who he had two childhood friends and they were twins. So in the first chapter he ends up so he's in school. He's childhood friends with these girls. They end up in middle school. They kind of fall apart. They don't really talk anymore. And then now he's in middle school. Like I think he's in high school or whatever. And they don't talk anymore, right?
Hmm.
One of those girls is an idol. She's like an up and coming idol, so she's super popular. And then the other girl looks totally different now, and she's one of those other like the girls from the anime that I was explaining earlier. She wears a lot of makeup. They think she's like a slut or whatever. So one day, the idol girl invites him to a amusement park because she wants to go to the amusement park, and they haven't talked in a while. So he's all excited because he has a crush on her. Uh and then but she's supposed to be an idol. She can't be seen out with a guy because they're not supposed to date. They have a contract. They're not supposed to date. Not supposed to be out with guys because that's gonna ruin their image. So she wears a
Hmm.
wig and she looks like her sister, her twin sister. So they go on this whole date. She disguises herself so nobody knows who she is. Because they do look different enough to where like they're twins, but they look different enough where they're not gonna mistake them. They're gonna think it's the other girl. Um, and then somebody takes a picture of them and it spreads to the school and they're trying to figure out who it is and they're saying that it's the other girl because obviously her twin dressed like her and wore a wig. They think it's the other girl. So the other girl goes along with the plan to protect her sister from getting found out so she doesn't lose her idol career. And then they start pretending to date so people don't get suspicious. And it's just a whole lie that turns into like this. It's just a crazy like huge lie of them dating and just a bunch of shenanigans that happens afterwards, and it's really interesting. And then obviously in typical romance comedy. Now the girl that he's pretending to date has feelings for him, but the other girl also has feelings for him, and they're twin sisters. So it's like it's just insane. But I really love it, and hopefully it gets to turned into an anime because I feel like a lot of the manga that I read becomes popular enough to where like later on it ends up being an anime. Rent a Girlfriend I started reading before it was an anime, and then it turned that into an anime. Um, there was another manga about I think it's called 3D Kanojo. It's like 3D Girlfriend. That I started reading before it was an anime. It became an anime. Masamuneku's Revenge. I bought the I have like I don't have the full complete series yet, but I bought the manga books and then it turned into an anime. For some reason, everything I read ends up being an anime at some point, and it's crazy because there's so much manga out there. It's crazy how I'm specifically picking the ones that end up being anime.
I mean to be fair, it's the most popular ones that typically get the
Yeah, but
green light.
I don't pick the manga because it's popular. I pick it because it's this type of manga I like. So how am I only picking the popular ones that turn into anime? It's weird.
I guess that shows a lot of people like those rom-coms then.
I
I
guess
mean, that's
so.
fair. There's a bunch of them
Yeah,
out
there's
there.
so many. There's so many. And there's another manga that I have. I have the complete set because I think I've talked about it before. It's called Evergreen. I realized I was looking it up the other day, and it's made by the same person that made Golden Time and Toradora, the Toradora manga and the Golden Time manga. That's why I realized
Mm.
that's why I like it so much. It's by the same author. It's crazy, but it's
That's
good.
good.
It's good. It's good. I have that one completed, and I have the Golden Time manga completed. Of course, that's the one I complete because my favorite anime and all. It's great. Love it. I also just recently completed another manga that's called Not Alive. It's about this guy who's like really good at video games to the point where he's bored. So he finds somehow he comes across this disc, and it's a fighting game, but the character he's using to fight is an actual human. It's not as and his character is a human girl, and he thinks it's really weird because he's using her to fight and they have different abilities, but also if she gets hurt in the game she gets hurt in real life because it's her physical body.
Of course.
It's really weird. I've only read up to the second book, and I've read like the first chapter of the second book, and I believe it's 9 books or 10 or 9 volumes, and I recently just bought the rest of them, so I have the whole series, which I'm super excited because I bought those at that bookstore that I go to. Some manga secondhand, but they also have new volumes. I
Mm.
paid like $5 for each of the volumes that I bought, and I looked it up online. And some of the volumes that I bought, and they were in really good condition. Brand new, go for like $25 to like $36 because they're out of print. They're not making them anymore. So I got a really good deal, and I managed to complete that series. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Anything else? Anything else you got going on?
I guess one last thing. Just a couple hours ago, I finished watching the Puss in Boots movie, the
Oh,
Last Wish
did
one.
you? He was
Yeah,
talking about it the other day. He said it's actually really good. Like he'd even put it up there with like Shrek 2. I
I
was like,
like
really? No,
you
that's
would
a.
not be wrong. I really enjoyed the movie.
I need to go watch. Maybe that's something I gotta do this weekend. Go watch the new Puss in Boots movie. Hopefully it's still there by the weekend though.
Hopefully, I think it's still going on. Wouldn't be surprised.
Or maybe I'll just watch it on like online or something when it comes out. I could probably just get it on Amazon, to be honest. Just rent it out for 48 hours. I did that. I paid like $5 and I got like the last Spider-Man movie they made, and I laid in bed and I watched that, and I had a great time just laying there watching a movie by myself. I've never done that before. And because usually when you watch movies, you tend to like, for the most part, watch them with other people. I don't really sit here and watch a movie by myself. Uh, unless it's an anime movie, that's different though. But yeah, I did that. And it was fun. It was really really nice. There was I still need to watch Can I Eat Your Pancreas and Hello World. both of which I do have the complete manga sets for. They they're both anime movies, but they're only one volume, but they're the thick volumes. So I have both of those, and I know the movies
Mhm.
are out for both of those, and I really want to watch them. So I might have to do that one of these days. Just see. I don't know if you'd like to join me. That'd be cool. Um,
I'm always gonna watch movies with people. It's a lot better than just doing it by yourself,
it
for
is
sure.
true. That is true. But sometimes it does feel nice to watch a movie on your own. Like I told you, I watched that Spider-Man movie and I had a blast, dude.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there and I was like, "Whoa, that's cool!" I was all excited because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I love Spider-Man. I think out of all the superheroes, I'm a really big Marvel fan. I like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my favorite in the Marvel universe. If I had to pick one for DC, because I'm not a huge fan of DC, I like the Flash, but I only specifically like the Flash from the show The Flash. But that's probably because I like that actor and I think he's a great Flash and I like the show. But every time I see a different Flash, I'm like, it's not the same.
Isn't he like the same guy that got like charged with like a lot of crimes?
I don't know to be honest, but I know he was in Glee. I remember he
Oh,
was on
okay.
Glee and he can sing kind of. But yeah, I don't know. I like the Flash. It's great. But Spider Man's my favorite. It doesn't matter which Spider Man. I didn't like the Amazing Spider Man movies with Andrew Garfield, but I think we talked about this before. I don't know if we talked about it in a podcast or not, or we just talked about it in general. Um, Toby Maguire, the first Spider Man, he's he's my favorite because I love those Spider Man movies, the original Spider Man movies. Andrew Garfield, his Spider Man movies are okay. I don't think they're the best, but I like him as Spider Man because he has that like witty like because when he first starts being Spider Man in the first Amazing Spider Man movie, he's like messing around and like making jokes with like the criminals that he's like capturing and stuff, which is what Spider Man does. That's who Spider Man is, and he nails that. And Tom Holland, those movies are just good. The action is good.
That's
Like
good.
the I like the CGI that they use and stuff. They're modern, so they're good. And I like Tom Holland, especially because in my opinion he's very talented because he's doing an American accent, but he's British.
Yeah, he's British. I didn't know
And
that
it
until like
sounds,
way
yeah,
later.
if you didn't know that and you watch the Spider-Man movies, you wouldn't think that, right? You look at him, he's just a dude from just an American kid that's an actor. And then you hear his actual voice and you're like, wait, what? Is he doing an accent? No, that's his actual voice. He's not from the US. It's great. And it's one of the first times where you see like the Spider-Man, he likes Mary Jane. Well, in that game, MJ, but in those movies, I think her name's
Mhm.
different. It's still MJ, but it's like a different name. And they're dating in the movie, but they're also dating in real life, and I think that's kind of cool.
Oh,
So when
that's
they
pretty
like,
cool.
so when they have their like moments in the movies, it's like it seems like more genuine because they're actually dating in real life. So it's more of a genuine moment than it is like artificial and they're just acting, which is cool. I
Mhm.
like that. I like that a lot. But yeah, dude,
Good
I
for
talk a
them.
lot.
You
I think
sure
next
do.
episode of Wave Talk is gonna be you. You gotta bring it
Um,
tomorrow next episode because
oh, oh no.
nah, I like
I'll
talking. You're
I'll bring
good.
a list then.
I like talking. Uh, it just comes easy when I talk a lot for some odd reason. I can be really shy, but when I get to know people, I just talk a lot. So it can become a problem. I might not shut up. But yeah, it's gonna be a great year. Any goals you have? I don't know if I asked you that already. I feel like I have.
Well, besides the therapist one, I think I just really want to work on my own like personal visual novel because I have one that I made like
Mm-hmm.
as like a I wouldn't say like a coping way, but it was just like something that's kind of about me, if that makes any
Mm-hmm.
sense. Just with
Yeah,
like
yeah,
original characters that I made and took the time to like design and stuff. Just wanna just wanna make some more. Just finish this at least a chapter or two. Working alongside with change, of course, because I feel like if I work on both, I can learn things from one and then apply it to the other. If that makes any sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel that.
That's what I'm really curious about.
That's what I've been. That's what I've been doing too. I'm because like I said, I want to work on that top-down roguelike. I've been just a big thing on YouTube that people say when you're trying to learn how to make games on Unity is to just make a game. So just make a bunch of little projects, because that just builds up your skill to the point where eventually you can tackle a bigger project and you'll have more knowledge in that. And I've just been trying to do as many tutorials as I can and just building these little projects and just learning from that, because the more I do it, the more it's going to stick. I have a big issue where
Mhm.
like learning stuff, it doesn't stick, and then eventually I have to go back and look at the tutorial. I'm like, oh, okay, I have to do that. Like stuff that doesn't stick, but the more I do it, the more it sticks, just like anything. The more I didn't know how to play Minecraft, the more I played Minecraft. Now I can get on Minecraft and do whatever I want because I know how to do it. Um, and I feel like I'm just gonna look at it the same way. The more I do it, the more it'll stick. The more I'll learn, and eventually I'll be able to do things without having to look at a tutorial. And is gonna be that's gonna be great.
Hell yeah.
I know it's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. I keep saying it, and I've said it throughout the podcast so many times. It's gonna be a good year. But it can only be a good year if you make it a good year. And I'm gonna make it a good year. Like the Goodyear blimp, I'm gonna fly.
What? All right. Well,
uh,
that's a good way to end it.
yeah. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this Weave Talk. We're back, and we're gonna try to. Do you think that's a concrete plan to try to do 2 episodes a month?
Yeah, I think that's a good schedule for us.
2 episodes a month. If we can stick to that, and we feel like doing the podcast becomes a natural habit, and we can keep doing it, maybe next year we'll do more episodes a month. But for now, I think just the 2 episodes a month, every 2 weeks structure works for us, especially because we don't know how this year's going to turn out. If we don't know if we're going to change, anything's going to change, and we're just going to be busy all the time. So, me with work, Sean with school. So, it's gonna be it's gonna be a year. Let's make it a good one with Weeb Talk. Let's start this off strong, and we'll see you guys in the next episode, coming somewhere at the end of this month, because this is should come out soon. We don't have a set schedule on when we're gonna release it, but I know it's gonna be twice every month. I'm gonna make sure it's not one. I'm gonna try to make sure it's not like a Weeb Talk tomorrow and then like 2 days from now it's another one. That'd be really weird. That's a weird structure. But what month are we in? January right now? We're on the second month. So it
The
has to I'm
second week.
gonna yeah, the second week. I'm gonna the second month of January. Damn. Imagine that every month has a month in itself. I'm gonna try to upload this by the end of this week, maybe Saturday. Or Friday or Saturday around there, and then I'll upload the next one by the end of the fourth week of the month. So yeah, so 2 every month, every 2 weeks. Anyways, anything else you want to say before we call it a day on this podcast?
No, all I gotta say is go follow RX at twitch.tv/ it's RxDnA.
Yeah.
That's
Is it
all
a
I
shameless
gotta
plug
say.
if your friend does it for you and it's on your own
It's not.
channel? Let's. Yeah, I guess not. Also, one last thing I want to mention. I'm gonna push to see if C wants to start a community YouTube channel, just because we play games all the time together. I feel like that'd be really fun.
Oh yeah, we can do like we can post our clips and like VODs in there. Well,
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
Why can't we play games all the time? I feel like having a community channel where we post videos would be good. You see all these channels like not specifically like the great game grumps or whatever, but like all these channels where it's this people are playing together, but there's different point of views from other people, like just editing that. That's gonna be hard. I don't know who's gonna do the editing. My vote's on you because you're better at that. But that'd be kind of cool to do. I
Yeah,
know we'll have to
didn't
talk to him and plan everything out and see
yeah,
who wants to join it. But that would be really cool. Just like a fun little
for
project.
sure, for sure.
Just a fun little project to see. What if we get like traction and we work good? Just kidding.
I mean, you're already thinking that far ahead, huh?
Thinking too ahead. I have too many things
There he
going on this
goes.
year. I
There
need to
he
stop making more things for myself. Hope everybody enjoyed We Talk. We're back, baby. And we're going to be doing twice a week for the rest of the year. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
See ya, y'all.